breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Michelle blows a gasket after finding out what Melania did to last shred of her legacy in the garden. When Michelle Obama wasn't busy strutting around like she was the queen of the White House or bashing our country with her anti-American mouth for the past 8 years, she spent her remaining free time pushing her disgusting school lunch programs on Americans, where she used her vegetable garden at the White House as the location to lecture everyone on what they should eat. Michelle has grown increasingly disgruntled in recent months, as President Trump has completely destroyed any remaining legacy she had at the White House, ending the school lunch programs she was so proud of, and undoing her nasty and repulsive decorating makeovers at the White House. After Michelle's several public meltdowns at Trump, undoing her legacy in recent months continues to prove how classless the former First Lady truly was. Nothing could prepare Michelle for the change that Melania just made to her vegetable garden, that's sending the former First Lady and liberals into a collective rage this week. Melania continues to prove to us that the well-being of the American people is always her top priority. Whether it's dropping everything to visit sick children at hospitals, devoting her time to our wounded veterans, or offering a kind word to suffering Americans, she's constantly there to serve the American people with a type of grace and kindness that we never saw from the self-absorbed Michelle Obama. Proving her incredible ability to outstage Michelle every time she turns around, Melania is now transforming Michelle's vegetable garden into an area that sick children can come and visit, announcing she'll be hosting a local children's group as her first ever event at the White House. Liberals immediately lost their minds over the news, where they're now making the asinine claim that Melania has stolen Michelle's prized garden, and is ruining the garden that Michelle created to prevent childhood obesity and promote healthy eating. Liberals even took it so far as to claim that Melania is ripping off her predecessor, criticizing Melania's event for children as a blatant act of copying Michelle Obama. After being dethroned by the Trumps at the White House, Queen Michelle is trying desperately to preserve her legacy in this country, which is proving, just like her school lunch programs, to be a massive failure. Barack and Michelle have had quite a hard time relinquishing the power they once held ever since the Trumps took over at the White House. As Obama remains obsessed with trolling President Trump with his shadow government, Michelle has been obsessed with maintaining the media spotlight she once held as First Lady, where she's been frantically booking up interviews and public appearances to compete with the beautiful and sweet Melania. But Michelle's numerous attempts to outstage Melania keeps backfiring every time she turns around. Several months ago, she tried to convince Americans that she was our country's sex symbol, with the ridiculous claim she made during a recent interview. While bragging about her accomplishments as First Lady, Michelle touted herself as America's sex symbol, claiming that she has issues simply walking down the street because men barely contain their lust at the mere sight of her. As I got older, I found that men would whistle at me or make comments about how I looked as I walked down the street, saying that men would routinely catcall as she walked by. As if my body were their property. As if I were an object to be commented on instead of a full human being with thoughts and feelings of my own. Americans weren't buying Michelle's story, however, and responded with some hilarious responses to her claim of being America's sex symbol that you can go and read here. It's truly startling how huge Michelle Obama's ego is, which has grown even bigger than her prized vegetable garden since leaving the White House. If this woman truly cared about Americans, she'd put her petty political differences with the Trumps aside, and would be happy that the vegetable garden she created was being used to help sick children. But her minions will still make the ridiculous claim that Melania is stealing her idea, completely ignoring the wonderful acts of kindness our new First Lady continues to show towards the weakest among us. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.